Oscar guy here. How's it going, y'all? It is February 16th. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's light out. Well, what am I doing? This is a nighttime show, right? No. Not on Sunday. Not on Bafta Sunday. Today is Bafta Sunday. The Bafta Awards are today. I think they're still going on. A lot of awards, I think, have been announced already. I had some prior commitments earlier in the day, but now I am here. I have not looked at anything online, and we are going to, I think, look up some of the categories that have been announced already. Then after we do all that, if there's categories left over, we're going to try to check in with the ceremony. If not, we're just going to wait around until the rest of the categories are announced, and I'm going to provide my reactions and commentary to the winners of the BAFTAs. I don't really have any particular predictions off the top of my head that I have right now. I do think that Best Actor is really between Brody, Chalamet, and maybe a possible Fiennes upset. Very doubtful, but I'm not ruling that out completely. Actress is really up in the air. I think Demi Moore could continue her sweep. If not, maybe Mikey Madison can do something and make Demi more vulnerable against Torres. They might have a conclave party today. They might have a brutalist party today. I'm not sure what's winning best film. Anora could just continue to sweep their best picture run, the guild run. But, you know, the guilds don't really have a huge correlation between BAFTA voters, so the outcomes could be very different. As far as the other categories, I don't know. Maybe it will be, I think Conclave might have adapted screenplay in the bag, and then original screenplay could go any which way, I think. That's what I got off the top of my head. And I think we're just going to look up these winners, and we are just going to go through each category until we need to pivot to the ongoing ceremony. I think it's still ongoing. I mean, it's been going on since 2 o'clock Eastern, and it is now 5:30 p.m. Eastern, so it might be winding down. We'll see. But let's just get in there. Let's just look it up, man. Let's just look it up. BAFTA award winners 2025. Okay, here we go. Full list of winners. Here we go. I think it wrapped up. I think the ceremony wrapped up. All right, here we go. Let's actually do a thing here. So the Rising Star Award went to David Johnson. They usually like to award Brits in this category, so there you go, David Johnson. Congratulations. Let's X that banner out. And let's move on, right? Let's move on. Okay. British short film, Rock, Paper, Scissors, sure. Wander to Wonder, British short animation, that is definitely the front runner for animated short. So that's cool. What we got? Dune Part 2. Special visual effects goes to Dune Part 2. No surprise there. No notes. Really no notes there. Hello, Paul Atreides. How's it going? Sound went to Dune Part 2 over Blitz. Blitz, see you later. They didn't even award Blitz for sound, but look, man, Dune Part 2, my personal pick and my prediction probably in that category as well. We got next. Hair and makeup, The Substance. That's a given. That's pretty much a given. Wicked wins costume design. Will it win production design? Yes, it will. This is pretty predictable so far. So Wicked wins both of those categories. That's probably going to win both of the Oscars in those categories. Moving on is Hello, Cynthia Erivo. Here we go. What's this? Editing went to Conclave. Okay. I guess that's not too much of a shock because Conclave is definitely the most BAFTA pick in this category and other categories as well. So that, I guess, makes sense. That could even threaten to win Best Film at BAFTA here, so that makes sense. Let's move on. We have cinematography going to The Brutalist over Nosferatu. Nosferatu won the Critics' Choice Award, and now The Brutalist has this, and it has BSC as well, I believe. So let's actually go to our spreadsheet, our cinematography spreadsheet here. and we can confirm that the Brutalist has BSC, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it has Bafta. Let's fix this border here. There you go. ASC, I think, has yet to be announced. I think that's going to be next weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So that's that. Cinematography goes to the Brutalist. It is a battle between that and Nosferatu for the Oscar, I believe. Let's move on. We have Anora casting. Wow, interesting. I'm very surprised that The Substance did not get nominated for casting. Wow, The Apprentice, Completely Unknown, Conclave, and Kneecap. Anora, okay. I like that. I like that. Sean Baker and his unique casting choices with getting, rising stars like Mikey Madison, and then more, lesser known professional actors like Yura Borisov, and then, other maybe, I guess, non-professional or not usual actors like Vach Tovmasyan, and of course his boy Karan Kaugulian. That's a good pick. That's a very inspired pick for casting. So there you go. Let's move on to some of the more major categories here. The Brutalist wins score. Let's go. Okay, now we have some clarity for Best Original Score at the Oscars. You see, if we open up Original Score, we got Challengers winning both Golden Globe and Critics' Choice, and now we have The Brutalist winning BAFTA. And ladies and gentlemen, if they didn't award it to Conclave at BAFTA, then you bet your sweet ass, then they might give it to The Brutalist here. So I'm probably going to be predicting that for the Oscar. Conclave blanking with every precursor win is not looking good for that. Of course, at least All Quiet did win the BAFTA and then went on to win the Oscar. And of course, The Brutalist isn't really Babylon in this case. So I think The Brutalist might have it. He might have it for the Oscar. So there you go. Congratulations to Daniel Blumberg. Let us move on to the next category is... Hello, Adrian Brody, Laszlo Toth. That's my boy right there. Okay. Actor. Supporting actor. So Guy Pearce didn't win the BAFTA, so no threat. Culkin sweep, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Culkin sweep. If Guy Pearce was going to win a precursor, it was going to be BAFTA, I think. And Guy Pearce ain't even nominated for the SAG. Guy Pearce is not winning the Oscar. 110% not winning. Culkin, if he wins BAFTA, and he did win BAFTA, he's going to win the Oscar. So congratulations, Kieran Culkin, on your SAG victory next weekend and your Oscar victory 2 weeks from now. Congratulations, sir. So there you go. Culkin sweep. Culkin sweep is happening. So there you go. Macklin, again, you've done great, my friend. You have done wonderfully. Let's move on. Next up is supporting actress, and Zoe Saldana. Same thing. I think Saldana might have this unless something happens at SAG. Unless Ariana Grande can pull off a victory at SAG, then it'll be maybe somewhat of a race, but I think Saldana is going to continue her sweep as well, similarly to Mr. Kieran. So there you go. Zoe Saldana. Let's move on. What we got? And there she is right there. Okay. We have Best Actor. Brody, Chalamet. Brody. There you go. Adrian Brody. Okay, well, Timmy, I think he might pull off a win at SAG, but if Brody also wins SAG with that lone Brutalist nomination at SAG, then it is absolutely over. If Timmy wins SAG, then that'll be his last shot. SAG is his last hurrah. Brody is also sweeping this category as well. So there you go. Congratulations, Laszlo Toth. Let us move on. Best Actress is next, probably. Mikey Madison. Oh, Demi Moore. Oh, Demi Moore. Wow. She actually slips here. Mikey Madison's first major precursor win at BAFTA Interesting. Okay, well, SAG is up in the air right now. SAG is way up in the air. Honora is absolutely killing it with the guilds. It's got PGA, it's got DGA. It just won WGA last night. Um, it might even threaten to win SAG Ensemble next weekend. Maybe Mikey Madison can come along with that, but never say never for Demi Moore. Still, gonna leap. She might even leapfrog her, leapfrog Mikey Madison at SAG. Seems like a SAG type of thing that they can do. But yeah, man, so happy for Mikey Madison. Hell yeah, finally she gets an award. Finally she gets an award. So it's a race. Leading actress, comparatively to leading actor in the two supporting categories, leading actress is a hell of a race. It is a hell of a race this year. So it really is between Madison, Moore, and people are still saying Fernando Torres. This makes Demi more. This makes more vulnerable. Shivers, right? This makes more vulnerable. If you get what I mean. For not only losing to Mikey Madison, but also possibly losing to Fernando Torres. So this is good for Torres' chances as well at the Oscars, who was not even longlisted here, which is insane, and not nominated at SAG. So it might seem like a long shot, but something might be brewing for her anyway. But this is a good development. This is a very interesting development here. Mikey Madison winning the Bafta. Very, very cool to see that. We'll have to see what happens in SAG. Let's move on. What we got now? And there she is. Who we got? Okay, what's this? Conclave, adapted screenplay. Conclave, that's no surprise. That is no surprise. Too bad Nickel Boys didn't win. Nickel Boys did win WGA and adapted. I know Conclave was not eligible at WGA, so they picked up this in its place. And Nickel Boys won WGA. So I was thinking maybe Nickel Boys can do something crazy and win at BAFTA, but no. They just went with Conclave, and that makes perfect sense. And Conclave is still the front runner for adapted screenplay easily. So there you go. Original screenplays next. This is a little bit more up in the air, so here we go. Oh my god, A Real Pain? A Real Pain! Oh my god, A Real Pain wins original screenplay. Wow, okay. I was thinking either Nora or The Substance or possibly A Real Pain. This is big. This is big. Man, all season long, I had a feeling that A Real Pain could pull off an Oscar win for original screenplay. And I don't see a whole lot of people predicting it for number one. And I was predicting it for number one for a long time. In fact, I think I might still be predicting for number one. All right, OscarGuyHere.com/predictions. Original screenplay. Okay, I have. Oh wait, no. Okay, so this is my February 2025 prediction. This is a sneak peek of my my final Oscar predictions coming up. But I have had A Real Pain for number one for original screenplay. Like pretty much all season, most of the mid to late award season. And I see a lot of people predicting Nora. I see a lot of people predicting The Substance, and maybe some people out there are doing more of an outside shot predicting The Brutalist. But with this win, this BAFTA win, you kidding? That's strong. That's strong. And strangely, the screenplay categories at BAFTA have been a great predictor for an Oscar win. Look at last year with American Fiction. Only BAFTA nomination it got, it won in that category, and it went on to win the Oscar. This is really good. This is really good for A Real Pain. Perhaps Nora can lose original screenplay to A Real Pain, and then Nora might pick up editing and maybe actress, and that'll be its best picture package. I can see that happening. Very strange that A Real Pain's not in best picture, though, for it to pick up a win for Kieran Culkin and the screenplay and then not be nominated anywhere else is very interesting. Statistically, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but, it is what it is. Statistically, this season is insane. So, what do I know, right? What do I know? So, there you go. Congratulations to Jesse Eisenberg for that huge BAFTA win. That is awesome. It is my personal favorite screenplay in the category. So there you go. That is very cool. Let's move on. What we got? We got director. Who's that director? Who got director? Corbet. All right. Well, that's great for him. That's wonderful. That is my personal pick in the category. Um, that DGA win for Sean Baker really has me worried. I think Baker might pull off Best Director, especially with the DGA PGA combo. That is like, I mean, if you get that, like you're pretty much winning Best Director at the Oscars, unless you're a Bong Joon Ho. That's I think that's the last time that happened, and then before that, it was like a long. It was like, I mean, it's the stats for a DGA PGA win and then Best Director at the Oscars is like that is an unbreakable stat. Like every now and again, like I said, um, Bong Joon Ho did the thing. I don't know. It's I do have to do some number crunching to see what Brady Corbet's chances are. They're still very slim for the Oscar. This this award helps him just a little tiny bit, but like I said, Sean Baker with that DGA PGA win, that it's I think it went from a 98% chance to like a 90 to 95% chance. Sean Baker winning the Oscar. So it's great for Corbet. He finally picked up another directing award after Golden Globes, and that's wonderful. But that's what we got. That's all we got for the director prizes, and we're just gonna have to bite our nails and crunch our numbers and go with our gut. And I think Sean Baker still has it, but I would love to see Corbet take it. But congratulations, Corbet. That is awesome. I think they would have gone with maybe Edward Berger because they gave director to him for All Quiet, but Conclave isn't really. I mean, it won adapted screenplay, and maybe that's it. I don't know. We'll see. Let's keep it going. What's next? Wallace and oh, that's children's. Oh, I was about to say animated feature. Animated feature? No, children's and family film. Went to Wallace and Gromit, Overflow and the Wild Robot. That is very interesting. Um, and it won animated film. Oh my god, they love their Wallace and Gromit. They love their Wallace and Gromit. Wow. Okay. So that makes things a little bit more interesting for the Flow and Wild Robot race, for sure. I really think it's between those two still. I don't really see Wallace and Gromit winning the Oscar, for sure. I mean, I think that might just be a BAFTA thing. They just love that studio. They love that franchise. Um, I guess that win makes sense. It's still kind of a surprise. A sweep isn't really happening for either Wild Robot or Flow. It's still like a race between those two. But that is interesting. That is an interesting pick. Cool. I'm happy for them. Cool. All right. I guess we'll move on. There they are. Gromit, we won a BAFTA. And then we got documentary Superman won. That doesn't help us. Not nominated for the Oscar. It won over No Other Land. That is interesting. So No Other Land has been pretty much sweeping up until now. But the documentary awards, the documentary branch at BAFTAs pretty much have zero correlation to the documentary branch at the Academy, as far as I know. So that doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I still think No Other Land is the clear frontrunner in the category for the Oscars. So that's what I gotta say about that. Let's move on. Next category. Amelia Perez. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay. Well, I guess Critics' Choice wasn't the final straw for Amelia Perez. It still won over All We Imagine Is Light and Sacred Fig, and I'm Still Here in Kneecap. Oh man, I forgot that I'm Still Here was actually nominated in at the BAFTAs, film not in the English language. That's really stupid, man. Okay, well, I know Amelia Perez was in so many other categories, so sure, it makes sense. It sucks, but it makes sense. Whatever. All right, well, one more for Amelia Perez. Still hanging on by a thread, but it ain't gonna be enough. It ain't gonna be enough. Let's move on. What we got? There she is. And we have Kneecap winning Outstanding Debut by a British writer, director, producer. That is no surprise because it got into a lot of other categories, so that makes sense to me. Moving on, what we got? British film. Yep, Conclave. Conclave winning Best British Film. And Best Film, Brutalist? Anora? Conclave. Okay. Okay. All right. So Conclave ends up winning Best Film over, you know... Oh, okay, hold on. What is its Best Picture package? Spell, James. Conclave. Okay, so it got the most nominations, sure. It got Best Film, Best Outstanding British Film. It lost Director. It got Adapted Screenplay. Is that the only 3 awards it won? Oh, it got Editing too. Okay, so Editing, Adapted Screenplay, and then Film. And that's it. It didn't win any text. Interesting. Okay, so Editing, Adapted Screenplay, and Film. Wow, Anora kind of like... I mean, Anora won casting over Conclave, and it lost Best Original Screenplay, and it lost Director, and yet Mikey Madison won. That is very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, all right. Well, Conclave seems like a BAFTA thing, for sure. I think... Look, I still think Anora really has Best Picture at the Oscars in the bag, but Conclave, with that win at BAFTA, I think it is easily in the top 3 right now. I think maybe number 3. It would be number 1. It could be number 2, actually. Yeah, Brutalist isn't number 2. Brutalist only won... Oh, it won score, and it won... What? It won... Brutal... I can't spell. Brutalist. It won... Oh yeah, it won Director. Duh. So it won Director, it won Actor, it won Score, and it won Cinematography. Yeah, so Brutalist did pretty well. It did pretty well. Winning Director and Actor and a couple of techs. Not bad. That is not bad for the Brutalist. So I would think Brutalist might be 3 or 4 for Best Picture still. But Conclave is easily 2 or 3, I believe, for maybe Best Film. Maybe that could win SAG Ensemble, and I don't know. I still don't really see a path for Best Picture for Conclave. That just seems like a BAFTA pick for Best Film, and I think we're just gonna leave it at that. I think Nora still has it, and that's that. So, okay, nothing too crazy, I guess. Conclave winning both Best Film and Best Outstanding British Film. Emily Perez with non-English language film. Animated film going to Wallace and Gromit. Seems like a surprise on paper, but if you think about the BAFTAs, then that does make sense. It winning both children's and family and animated film is interesting, though. Director going to Brady Corbet. That's a much needed win for him, although it doesn't really fare for any better chances for him to win at the Oscars. Maybe a little bit, maybe a little tiny bit, but not much. Original screenplay going to Real Pain. That is pretty big for Real Pain. So, yeah, man, I've just had a feeling about that screenplay, and I would love to see it happen. Maybe Anora can pull something off, but winning at BAFTA is pretty big. Adapted screenplay going to Conclave makes sense. Mikey Madison, much needed win for her. That category is still pretty up in the air at this point. So Adrian Brody continues his sweep. So Zoe Saldana continues her sweep. Kieran Culkin continues his sweep. We have some clarity in original score, finally. Anora winning casting, very inspired and interesting pick. Brutalist cinematography, it's a race between that and Nosferatu. Editing going to Conclave, could be a BAFTA thing. We still don't know what the hell is winning at the Oscars, so there you go. Production design, costume design, Wicked sweeping those categories, Substance sweeping that category, sound and visual effects going to Dune Part 2, no surprise there. And that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That's BAFTA, ladies and gentlemen. Say hi to Ray Fiennes. Say hi to Ray Fiennes. There he is. Congratulations, Conclave, on your double win in Best Film and Outstanding British film. I had a feeling that he could pull off like a Best Actor upset, because I was looking at my phone earlier and I swiped over and it said BAFTA winners, and I saw Ray Fiennes' face. I'm like, did he upset in Best Actor? No, Laszlo Toth still on top, still on top. We'll see if Laszlo Toth can be. Let's see if Laszlo Toth can be, I guess, upended by Robert Zimmerman. So that's where we're at, folks. That's where we are at. So that's that. Those are the BAFTA awards. Yeah, nothing too wild. Couple weird little surprises here and there, but I'm gonna add those to my spreadsheets, crunch some more numbers, and come up with my SAG predictions for next weekend. And speaking of that, the SAG Awards are next weekend. It is a week from today, and I will be doing a live stream of my live commentary and reactions, much like I did for the Golden Globes and Critics' Choice. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be the pre-party a week before the Oscars, and of course, I'll let you all know about my Oscars live stream, which will be happening again. So stay tuned for that. That's it. Here's to the BAFTA Awards. Here's to Sunday afternoon. I got the whole night to myself. Editing this video probably. So there you go. OscarGuyHere.com. Oscar Guy Here on Instagram and Twitter. X, sorry. Letterboxd. Oscar Guy Here. Go give me a follow on all those platforms. And of course, like, subscribe, comment, activate that algo, if you will. And that's it. Without further ado, have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will catch y'all on the flip. Until next time, Oscar Guy is out.